Well, welcome everyone. My name is Becca Sturgis, and I am the AAW West Suburban Milwaukee Facebook manager, and I also serve on the fundraising committee. And I am thrilled that you are joining us tonight for our second ever Making the Most of Your AAUW membership. Woohoo! This time it's virtual. 2 years ago it was in person, and I'm thrilled that for anyone that's brand new or is interested in learning more about West Suburban Milwaukee, I'm thrilled that you joined us tonight. We do have some special guests in the audience, so if you can just wave when I introduce you, that will help to keep us on track here. But welcome to Joan Schneider. Joan is president of AAUW Wisconsin and the Appleton branch. So welcome, Joan. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Becca.
I can't see if you're waving, but I'm assuming.
I did wave. I don't know if anyone can see it.
You followed my instructions. Good.
I try real hard to follow directions.
Deb Thiel. Deb, are you here?
No, Deb has not shown up yet.
Okay.
And she has a very busy evening, so.
Okay, so we'll welcome Deb if she pops by a little bit later. Deb is our Vice President of Leadership and a member of the Tomah, Wisconsin branch. We have Carla Washington here. Carla, if you can wave. And Carla is our District 2 coordinator and a member of the AAUW Milwaukee branch. So thanks for joining us. And I think Maggie, our president-elect and Janesville branch member, I think Maggie isn't here right now, but she may be joining us a little bit later. So thank you all for joining us. Thanks to our special guests as well for coming to making the most of your AAUW membership. And it looks like Carla's coming in again. So let's make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it over to Linda Palula. Linda is our Vice President of Membership. And Linda's got some special information for all of you about your boxes that you received in the mail prior to this meeting. So we didn't want you to sit and wait too long before you open those up. So Linda, do you want to take it away and explain what those are?
I certainly will. Okay, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And thank you for taking the time out of your schedule and wanting to learn more about AAUW at both the national and state and local level. As any organization, we always work around the larger picture, which is the mission state, the mission of AAUW trickles down all the level down to the branch level. So what I purpose tonight is to share with you the key parts of our mission, and they will be in your Zoom gift box. So if you would like, I would like you to open up the Zoom gift box, and I will go through its contents so that the rest of the audience knows what I am talking about. I have put parts of the information in the gift box on the screen as part of the PowerPoint. So I'd like to know, thumbs up, have they got their gift boxes open? I think I can go.
Yeah.
It starts off with a little poem. To you, a newer member is a box of various treats for you to learn that an AAUW membership is hard to beat. We have an atmosphere of friendship, which creates a perfect amount of blendship. For women and girls we provide, our mission is the source of our pride. Thank you for attending this meeting. And I look forward to meeting you in person as the year goes on. But I want to restate the bigger mission, because as we go through the gift box, you will have little tokens to help you remember what we really stand for. So our overall mission statement is the American Association of University Women advances gender equity for women and girls, and it's through research, education, and advocacy. So for this part of the gift box, as you open up the little half page that I folded, I have a little poem that I'm going to read you a version of, and it's a starfish story. And it is about all that we work for. A young man is walking along the ocean and sees a beach on which thousands and thousands of starfish have washed ashore. Further along, he sees an old man walking slowly and not yet, Becca, stooping to pick up one starfish at a time. Why are you throwing those starfish into the ocean, he asks. Because the sun is up and the tide is going out. And if I don't throw them farther, they will die. But old man, says the young boy, don't you realize that there are miles and miles of beach and starfish all along? You can't possibly save them all. You can't even save 1/10 of them. In fact, even if you work all day, your efforts won't make any difference. The old man listened very calmly, and then he bent down to pick up another starfish. And he threw it into the ocean. It makes a difference to that one, the old man said. So we, as an organization at all levels, we do invest in the future. We invest in the future one woman at a time to make a difference at both the national, state, and local levels. So inside that first level of your gift box is the starfish poem, which you can use as a bookmark, as a reminder that you and we all can make a difference. Okay, Becca? Focusing on the mission statement, I want to talk about AAUW supports gender equity and economic security. That's the next layer of your gift box. And I'm just going to summarize a couple little points here, not reading the slide. The ladies who have the gift boxes can read the entire page. When wage equity occurs, it is not just women who benefit. When we are equal in our wages, their families, communities, and workplaces win. What's more important, breaking down barriers for women will open up new opportunities for everyone, regardless of gender. And I had to put a picture of the suffragettes here because, Becca, can you click? Equity and empowering women began long ago and it still continues. And on your handout is one of our AAUW state suffragette pins as a reminder that another thing we support is economic equity and security. Okay, Becca? AAUW supports education to ensure a future of equal opportunity and equal rewards in the workforce. We need to start with our educational system. It is critical to remove gender-based barriers that keep girls and students from pursuing their dreams and reaching their potentials. Schools must teach an eye towards tomorrow's economy. The fastest growing, most well-paid sectors require technology, math, and science expertise that many students, especially female students of color, are not getting. The education system also needs to support the demand for soft skills, such as problem solving, self-directed learning, communication, collaboration, and creativity. If you want to click it, education brings forth strong, independent women. And I cannot imagine a stronger, more independent woman than our former Supreme Court Judge, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. In your gift box is a bookmark with comments and a variety of statements and quotes of our former Supreme Court Judge. Okay, Becca? AAUW also supports research. AAUW has awarded over $115 million in fellowships and grants to more than 13,000 scholars and organizations in 50 states, Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and 150 countries. AAUW is one of the most extensive scholarship program for women and girls. Good Research, one of the largest fundraisers of women graduate education, research and community project, investing in women who go on to change the world. And that theme, we invest in women, investing in women, one woman at a time. Becca, do you want to flip to this, the little fly-in? And it is, research takes time and hard work to reach accurate conclusions. And in your little gift box is an AAUW pencil. Okay, Becca. Advocacy. AAUW advocacy efforts have propelled countless new laws, including the Equal Pay Act, first proposed in 1945 and finally passed in 1963. The Title IX amendments in 1972, Family and Medical Leave Acts in 93, the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act in 2009, the Paycheck Fairness Act, which was passed by the U.S. representatives in 2019, but is awaiting action in the Senate. Advocacy, if you want to flip the slide, advocating for girls and women can be lifesavers. And in there is a little sweet treat of lifesavers. I forget, at the top of your box, of course, were my salty and sweet. You had salty pretzels and an assortment of sweet chocolates as a thank you for attending this meeting. At the very bottom now, you should be, is a few things that are important at the branch level. Everything that I was discussing is that mission, the bigger focus. At the branch level in your box, you should have our branch flyer. You should have our meeting schedule, and you should have our business card. So what I will be doing is turning this portion of the meeting over to Becca.
Sounds good. Okay, let's see if I can. There we go. So tonight's plan. So thanks so much, Linda. I hope everybody enjoyed those boxes. Linda, we appreciate all the thought and effort that was put into those, and I think it was fun. Good, thank you for doing that. So tonight's plan, we've got a packed agenda here, so we're going to keep an eye on time and be timely and stay on track, but we're going to touch on who are you? Who are our new members? We're going to have an informal chat with Mary, our president. We're going to talk more specifically about who is West Suburban Milwaukee. What does our branch look like? What are we up to? What do we do on a monthly basis? And things like that. We're going to talk about how we inform our membership, specifically our communication channels. How do we build community within Milwaukee and Wisconsin, and our next steps in terms of our upcoming branch meeting in September. Sound good? Okay, so let's get going. So Mary, I'm going to turn this over to you. I know you wanted to ask our new members a couple of questions and get to know them. So
okay. Would you mind stopping the share so I can see everyone? So if we could go to a gallery view.
I think we're working on it.
Okay. I think it's just a matter of, oh, there you go. There is everyone. All right, and I want to get to a gallery view. Oh, there you are. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I thought I was just talking to myself. Here you are. So, say, I'm wondering, I'd like to start off. My name is Mary Messerly, and I am president. I am the proud president of the West Suburban branch of AAUW. So may I ask all of our guests tonight, excluding our officers from our state organization, but all of our new members, please just say your name. We just want to hear your voice. We're going to hear a little bit more in a couple of minutes, but just introduce yourself real quickly. Unmute yourself, please.
I'm Kathy Vandermark.
Thank you.
Lynn Franks from AAUW Oconomowoc. Happy to be joining West Suburban.
Thank you, Lynn. Diane, you want to unmute yourself? There you go.
Sure. I'm Diane Korch.
Okay, perfect.
Natalie Bousquet.
Natalie, perfect, perfect. And I think we have one more. I think her name, it starts with Kathy.
Kathy Vandermark. I was first. I went first. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. You went first. Oh.
I got to go twice, so that's
it's hard to keep track. All right. So what I wanted to do, I just wanted to ask a couple of questions. you know, and just to kind of get to know you a little bit better. So my first question, not everyone has to answer all the questions, but this is directed, of course, to our new members. So my first question, how was your summer? Just 1 or 2 words. Give a shout out, Diane, and keep your microphones unmuted for the new members, because this is the interactive part, ladies, the interactive part. So Diane, 1 or 2 words. How was your summer?
It's busy with work, largely with work. So I spent a lot of time inside and working on reports to send out. So I was going to say summer. What is that?
Awesome. Well, you know, it's getting to know you, for heaven's sakes. Stay tuned, Diane. Stay tuned. Kathy, how was your summer?
Mostly not a lot, pretty relaxing, working on projects and reading a lot of books, and looking forward to, we're going to a lake house in Oostburg at the end of August. So that's the big thing that's going to happen.
Okay, awesome. Nice. So how about this one? I'm kind of curious, what brings you here tonight? You know, for this special occasion that's celebrating, certainly, to make the most of your membership. What is the takeaway that you would hope to get from tonight? Natalie, I don't think that you've spoken yet, so might I start with you? What's your takeaway from tonight?
Yeah, I'm hoping to learn more about our programs and scholarships. Because I've been a member now since December, but I haven't had like an official overview.
Okay. Lynn, do you want to add anything? I know you're joining us from the Oconomowoc, but what is one single thing that you would like to take away from tonight?
I just want to learn more about all the activities and events the branch does. I did go on the garden tour we had at the Lynn Sculpture Garden and met some nice women, and I had a really great time, and thinking about maybe going to the one in Sheboygan in a couple weeks. So I just love the activities and being around like-minded women and having fun.
Well, Lynn, you came to the right place to see what's going on. All right, so my next question. You know, over the years, AAUW has really broadened its mission substantially. We've also sharpened our focus, and the sharpening of our focus is in the area of diversity, it's in the area of equity, and it's in the area of inclusion. Each branch is encouraged to promote these values. Myself as president, and all of you as new members, I could use a little help. You bring fresh eyes to the situation. You bring a newness and a sense of perspective that is very much appreciated. So having said that, I'd like to throw out, think of those words again, those values: diversity, equity, inclusion. Please help me out and give me some sense of what comes to mind for our branch in terms of messaging, in terms of activities, in terms of programs, in terms of conversation. Sometimes when you spend enough time asking the question, it gives everybody enough time to think of the answer. So, Kathy, might I ask you, she seems so receptive. Might I ask?
That's a lot of questions.
But you know, I need your help. As president, I need your help. So just 1 or 2 words, 1 or 2 words.
I think Carol, I'm a friend of Carol's, and she got me on the programming committee. So I see a lot of that happening in the programs that are coming this year. So I think that's a really important part.
Okay. How about you, Diane? What do you think? You know, the diversity, the equity and the inclusion, those are going to be our watchwords, as so they should. But now we need to shape that. And what does that mean? How do we walk alongside those words? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so for me, I think a lot about the inclusion and the diversity components and ensuring that people are comfortable. I don't know necessarily a lot about the makeup of this group. Are there other areas that we could, you know, I think about things like LGBTQ plus and persons of color and things like that, and ensuring that we are having that type of representation and attracting that type of representation into this group.
That is excellent. And that is very, very insightful. Thank you very much, Diane. Okay, so the next one, we're all very accomplished women in our own right, of course, in education, in our professional lives, in our personal lives, in our home lives. So we all have successes. We all have some accomplishments. I suppose some of us have had a little failures along the line, and those have been meaningful too. But I'd like to ask each of you, simply put, what is your greatest accomplishment or success? Just a one line, your greatest accomplishment or your greatest success in your life? Lynn.
That's a hard one, Mary.
Well, I was a mental health counselor at the college level, and yesterday I went to Pick and Save and ran into one of my former students, and she just thanked me so much for all the different ways that I helped her, and boy, did that make my day. And it was a good reminder of like the starfish, you know, how we have an impact on people in all the things that we do. So
that's awesome, and that's got to be heartwarming.
Yeah,
okay,
it really
so
was.
another just one line. So Natalie, what are you proudest, or what is the proudest moment or your greatest accomplishment?
You know, that's a tough one, because I feel like there have been several kind of big milestones for me, but recently I bought a duplex, and that was kind of a big move for me, and it you know, signals for me a little bit of security, investment for the future, and that's a big deal.
Congratulations, a real estate baroness among us.
Thank you.
You have a little bit of real estate ahead of you, Natalie. Diane, what is your greatest accomplishment or success? Just one line.
That is a hard question, but you know, I came later into settling into a career path that took me a while to get comfortable with myself and really feel like I could be successful at it. And so now I've been gifted a lot of opportunities to mentor and coach a lot of individuals that I work with and know, and to be able to share some of the experiences or to help people really dig and figure out what they want to do and where they want to go.
Outstanding, outstanding. Yeah. Good, all right. Lynn, we're running out of time, so give us a sentence, please. Give us a sentence of your greatest accomplishment or your greatest success.
The greatest accomplishment success, I lived in New York and in New York City for over 20 years. I survived, and I came back to Wisconsin, and I love it here. And so I just feel like, you know, just being able to transition and move on and do change.
Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you very, very much for your engagement, your insight. That really helps all of us get to know you a little bit better. It gives me a great, great deal of pleasure and honor to introduce Jill Meyer, our next speaker. Jill is not only the coordinator, not only is the lead, but Jill is the awesome champion of our SHARES program. SHARES is our program that provides scholarships for local and young women. So Jill, take it away.
Thanks, Mary. So our SHARES program, you know, in Linda's introduction, she talked about the importance of education, and the way that our branch supports that here quite a bit is through our scholarships. So on an annual basis, AAUW West Suburban Milwaukee gives out 5 scholarships at $2,000 each. Those go out to Alverno, Carroll, MATC, Mount Mary University, and WCTC. And so obviously this is money that, as throughout the year, we work on raising as an organization, because we believe strongly in investing in our future, which you've heard a few times this evening. And in this case, it's that next generation that we're supporting at each of these universities in our local area. So there's a number of ways that, and 2 of the kind of flagship fundraisers that we do as an organization. One is always in the fall, and that's our author tea. Great fun activity to either be a hostess for. You get to do some fun party planning with designing your own themed table. And that event is always catered by, oh shoot, Allison, the name's gonna escape me, the Gingerbread House. So food is top notch at that event. And so that is our fall fundraiser. And then in our spring, we have our fashion show event, which again is just top notch and a great opportunity to raise dollars for local scholarship. In addition to that, throughout the year, Mary introduced me as the Shares Chair for our organization. And Shares is just a way that you can give a monetary donation. And the way to think of it is, or why this name has been with the organization for a while, is that you're providing a token again and showing your contributions and your dedication through that shares opportunity to our future generation. So that can be any amount of donation. We gather those throughout the year at meetings and in other means, and we've done some special theming around that as well as expanding it to an annual giving opportunity if that's something that you're interested in. So lots of opportunities here. It's obviously you can maybe hear a little background noise. I'm a busy mom over here, but this is something I believe really strongly with, and I'm excited to always support our organization through this opportunity because I also work in higher ed as part of my daytime job. I'm at Milwaukee School of Engineering, and so I really see the impact that these scholarships have on our women and really allowing them to thrive in this society. So I'm gonna pass it off to Mary Winters then, and she's gonna tell you a little bit more about our community support.
Hi, I'm Mary Winter, and I'm the liaison for Pearls for Teen Girls. Pearls' mission is improving quality of life and strengthening our community one girl at a time by empowering young women with self-development tools, guidance, and support to strive for better, brighter futures by living out the Pearls values: personal responsibility, empathy, awareness, respect, leadership, and support. Normally, I would give you a bunch of numbers that Pearls has gathered for the last year to show how effective they are, but because of the pandemic, it's a little different in that they didn't really meet face-to-face, so to speak. It was mostly all on Zoom, but they decided that they would work on these six different subjects. And so empathy, 80% of the girls answered almost always or frequently when asked if they carefully listened to other people's point of view. Emotional management, often than not, 81% of Pearls girls were able to clearly describe their feelings. Teamwork, 83% of Pearls girls put consistent effort into getting to know each other and build connections. Responsibility, 84% of Pearls girls were confidently able to balance their schoolwork while attending Pearls each week. Initiative, 86% of Pearls girls reported consistently working on the goals they set for themselves. And problem solving, 71% of Pearls girls reported practicing deep breathing or talking with someone and other emotional management strategies. It's believed that the logic of this is when the girls are able to handle stress and other life situations in positive ways, the natural outgrowth is pregnancy prevention and post-high school success. Then the other community program that we do is GEMS, and this inspires teen girls to pursue STEM careers. The GEMS is going to be held at UWW on August 21st from 7 to 3 p.m. It's for science, technical, engineering, and math careers. There's workshops with experts from the different fields that will show they work with the girls on hand-on projects so that it may whet their appetites and encourage them to pursue studies in these fields. And those are the two community projects that we work on through AAUW. And now Carol Surgis will tell you about our state and national connections.
Oh, you're muted.
Thanks, Mary. And I just want to mention real quickly too, we have had several of our special guests introduced. Deb Thiel slipped in late. I don't know if you're able to see her. Deb, if you want to wave your hand, maybe. She is the State Vice President of Leadership. And I am, it shows that I am also, or I should say, I am also the Vice President of Membership for AAUW Wisconsin. So you've already heard a little bit about national, our mission, some of the public policy things that are being said, and everything happens from national. And that was something that when I first joined, I wasn't really totally clear of. So I thought this would be a good time just to give you a general overview of where the branch fits into the big organization. So we start with national. I'm not going to read any of this. I'm just going to tell you that they are celebrating, or we are celebrating, the 140th year of their founding. And they also have done a great deal of work over the last year related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. So like Mary Messerly said, you're going to be hearing quite a bit more about that as we move through the year. So Becca, you want to advance? So from national, we go to state, AAUW Wisconsin. Wisconsin has actually a great following. We have 25 branches and over 1,600 members. And every April, you have a chance to attend the state convention, which is a wonderful place to rub shoulders and really get to know what's going on around the state. I really highly recommend it. Like I said, Joan Schneider, our president, is here today, and that alone, I think, shows you how dedicated the state is to the goals and to the mission. And also one thing to watch for, about 4 times a year, you will be getting a newsletter. It's called Badger Briefs, and it comes from the state with news about what's happening around the state. Okay, Becca? From the state then, Wisconsin has divided into 5 different districts, and we are district number 2. Each district has a coordinator, and our coordinator is Carla Washington. She actually hails to us from the Milwaukee branch. I know she's going to do a great job. She's just started, but she's already off on a running start. So you will hear, she will keep our branch informed. She's the conduit from the state to the branches. So Becca, you want to advance one more? And then within each of the districts, there are branches. Some of the districts have more branches. In District 2, which is our district, we have Lake District, the Milwaukee branch, the Watertown branch, and the West Suburban branch. And that's the branch that you are now a member of. So congratulations. And I hope that gives you a nice introduction to the layout of the land for the whole organization. All right, so now we're going to move on to how we communicate with our membership, because communication is very important across the entire organization. And so we spend a great deal of time on it. And Felicia Vestalo is going to talk to you about the kinds of things that you can look forward to as we move ahead through the year.
Thank you, Carol. I'm going to attempt to do sharing my screen. That works.
Okay, try again. Yeah.
Is it working now?
Here
we go.
There we go. Yep.
Great. How we communicate to our membership is through a bunch of different avenues, but I think the most important one is our monthly newsletter called The Postgraduate. And that comes out again on a monthly basis. And check your email because it's sent via email, and then you can open the document from there. And it has all the information about upcoming meetings, or out and about events, information about our advocacy, and just information about our membership in general, what they're up to. And then on occasion, a couple times a month, we also send out email blast reminders about upcoming meetings. In the case of the Zoom meetings, we'll send out email blasts that have all of the Zoom links for some of our upcoming meetings, or if there's any other important announcements that need to get out before the postgraduate comes out. Our second avenue for communication is our website, which you see on the screen. And I can send you the URL as well here. The most important thing, most heavily used thing on our website is our calendar. So our calendar has all of our events, all of our branch meetings, all of our interest group events, all of the book clubs and the garden group. So if you want to know what's going on in our community, in our branch, check out our website and link to our calendar. But also you'll find some other information about upcoming programs. You know, if you want to have a friend or colleague join, you'll see a link to our membership information. And then there's also a members only section of the website, which is important if you would like to use our online directory for our membership. So you can go to the members only section, and it has our directory, and also probably most of you aren't interested, but our board meeting minutes and things like that. And also, what else does it have in there? Prior issues of the postgraduate are also there in our members only section. And the last way we communicate to our community and our membership is through our Facebook page. So please, if you have an account for Facebook, please like our page, and you can go onto Facebook, and we have all the information about our meetings and the things that you will find on the postgraduate in our website. But you'll also see what I like to look at sometimes are interesting news articles that impact our group, and also photos from a lot of our events. So like you'll see here's some photos from our gardening group that went to Oshkosh, I think last week or the week before. So you'll see pictures from previous meetings. So again, 3 ways that we communicate. We have our postgraduate that comes out every month. So make sure you check your email inbox for that. We have our website for our calendar of events and our Facebook page. So I am going to turn it over now to Carol, and she is going to talk about our community and all the different activities that we have available to our membership.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Felicia. AAUW is quite an impressive organization, isn't it? Every time I hear about it from the national level on down, I'm amazed at how many moving parts there are and how much there is to actually know. So today, what I would like to do is get us down a little bit more to the micro level, to our own West Suburban Milwaukee AAUW branch. And that's where we start to make those personal connections, which are so important to kind of keep us involved. AAUW does so much good. Even if you just pay your dues, your money is being put to good use. But if you want to really get some of that fun out of it, you want to become more involved in the local organization. So we hope that that's something that you're interested in. One of the things that we've decided to initiate is a mentoring program, and I'm part of that effort. So with new members, we would like to help connect you. So if we get to meet in person this fall, then we will try to meet you at those earlier meetings and just say hello, so that you don't feel like you're walking into a room and not knowing anybody. Now, I understand some of you are already very well connected. You have friends that are already in the organization, but you know, there are those of us who don't know a soul, but have decided to support AAUW, and getting that personal connection is important. So that's what we'll try to develop. And we'll help you navigate if you have questions about what's going on in the organization. If you can't remember, you know, how do you get to the website or whatever it might be, then you would have somebody to ask. And those relationships can lead to other connections. And often we find other members, you know, talk to their friends and then they become members. So all around, it's a good thing. And hopefully you'll take advantage of our many opportunities. So part of that building community is Ann Cruel, who is so involved in the organization. So she's going to give you some ideas about how you can make those connections. Ann?
Thanks, Carol. A lot of things that I'm going to mention, you've already heard in lots of different shapes and fashion. To me, community really means getting together, getting to know each other, getting to know or having opportunities with like a fabulous group of women of all ages, all interests, all professions and life experiences coming together to learn together, to network, to make new and strengthen friendships, and going back to meeting the mission and the goals of our local, state, and national organization. Basically, do all we can to support women and girls in order to meet their educational and professional goals. So we sponsor many different events and activities during the year to get to know members and deepen our working relationships and to celebrate the friendships. First, we have monthly meetings. They're typically held at the Sunset Playhouse. There will be 2 meetings for sure that will be on Zoom during the winter, and that will help out with people who are hesitant to go out in cold, icy weather. So we've had enough Zooms this year to know that incorporating a few adds a little novelty to our meeting formats. The hospitality team hosts time prior to the meeting. There are treats and beverages served, and then there's an organizational meeting following our meet and greet time, and members are kept up to date regarding AAUW business, event planning, and successive activities and fundraisers. We host a guest speaker who addresses topics of interest, as well as meets the organization mission and topics of importance in comprehensive and interesting formats. I can't remember a time in all the years I've been part of AAUW that we've had a speaker that wasn't meeting those factors. We've had lots and lots of good learning and very interesting speakers. You heard about the branch sponsoring a fall high tea / luncheon, because I'm not quite sure what it is, because it is such a wonderful restaurant opportunity within the public library, and we are never disappointed. A local author comes in and shares their experiences and background information regarding a book or books that he or she may have written. So that is also a very nice experience too. We have the January breakfast at a local restaurant with a great food and presentation. In the spring, you heard we hold the style show at the Wisconsin Club. And so you're hearing a lot of food, beverage, learning, and there's no better way for people to come together under those circumstances to break the ice and really get to know each other. I'm also part of the Out and About committee for the membership group, and that's a title of an interest group open to and for all members, as you heard, as well as for your guests and friends. The Out and About committee plans and coordinates regular field trips, activities where you travel around the greater Milwaukee and surrounding area to visit historical sites, area activities, events, popular destinations in order to learn more about and appreciate the greater Milwaukee area. You also have the opportunity to meet and network with other members in a casual setting. And our field trips last anywhere from a few hours to a half a day, to an evening, to a full day trip one time per year. Trips have included in the past trips to museums, gardens, local company tours, tours to the Capitol, meeting a member of the Wisconsin Supreme Court, female member of the courts, visiting organic gardens, going on lake and water tours, going on Milwaukee museum tours, visiting area universities, different departments, different building tours, theater tours, sports and stadium tours. I could go on forever because we obviously have quite a list that we've had good experiences to attend lots of interesting and fun local opportunities. This year during the pandemic, we participated in well-planned Zoom tours and presentations, and members signed up at that point through a Punchbowl program, which is a computer invitation that is very easy to fill out. Currently, we're planning events for 21-22, and we typically have sign-up sheets at monthly AAUW branch meetings when scheduled in person at the Sunset Playhouse in Elm Grove. Members sign up, they get on a contact list, so you get information prior to and up to the date of the tour or the full day opportunity. You're the ones who get the follow-up information. We set up carpools, so members arrive at a site for a particular tour, a park and ride or a parking lot somewhere, and travel, in car groups, carpools. Then you attend the opportunity. You have also the opportunity to go out following the tour to a restaurant where the owners are notified in advance of our attendance, and then drivers return members back to the parking location. Very simple, very well orchestrated. If the tour is a full day trip, a motor coach is rented and members enjoy lunch together as a group before returning to the park and ride. You may attend one out and about, a few or all planned events throughout the year. Let's see here. Our interest groups are offered to members to join and participate in, such as bridge. You train your brain and you enjoy the game with other members. You can golf on Friday mornings in late spring and summer, and you do not have to be pro status. A golf luncheon is planned later in the summer. And members participate in book groups where they read interesting and provocative books and have discussions with interested members who enjoy this format. The gardening club you've heard of, and you might think, well, what's the difference between a gardening club and an out and about? They're pretty much parallel. Gardening groups tour gardens, farms, they get involved in different events and presentations for anybody who really has a passion or interest in gardening, from your own garden beds to deck and patio decorations and planters. We try to coordinate so we aren't duplicating gardening group events, and we see that we don't plan things and overlap on days, so that you have several events to attend throughout the year of either out and abouts or gardening group. You can learn to play Mahjong. Lessons are taught by members, and you're able to join groups who meet on various days during the week throughout the year. And finally, Saturday Night Ladies, which is a dinner planned at local restaurants in the area monthly for members and friends to attend and enjoy. If we would have to, for whatever reason, return to Zoom meetings, as I stated a little earlier, you'd still sign up online to attend different opportunities for out and about. They would be safe opportunities to be involved in, or there could be Zoom events. Either way, you would get information in the postgraduate, as Felicia said, and on the website, and different layers of automatic communication. We are really committed to providing opportunities for you to learn more about AAUW at meetings and have opportunities with others to have fun in this great organization. So my advice to you all is get involved, work hard, make new friends, and have fun.